This is your boy Heaven Sent. This is my smoking channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about something that's been happening recently in the weed community with one of the leading cartridge companies, or one of the leading what was live resin companies. A lot of you guys may know what I'm talking about. We're going to be talking about Raw Garden. Recently, it was brought to the news that Raw Garden's being sued in a class action lawsuit. I was surprised when I heard this, because I know Raw Garden is doing really good in the game right now, and they're one of the top competitors besides like 710 Labs, Moxie, like Friendly Farms. They're doing really good out in the game, so I'm like, what the fuck could they be getting sued for? But apparently it has to do with the clause that's written on the box where Raw Garden claims to be refined live resin. I just came from watching Sebi G's video about this situation in particular, and he doesn't think it's too big of a deal, and he thinks the whole situation will probably just blow over. Or hopefully it will. Unfortunately, I kind of have a different outlook on the situation. So apparently, Raw Garden is refined live resin, which means they start with live resin and they end up taking out certain lipids, fats, and I guess they end up distilling the live resin until and then they end up selling it to you, but they still market it as refined live resin instead of distilled live resin, which is where I find the problem with the whole lawsuit to begin with. I think that the people who are suing Raw Garden, fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, may win the lawsuit, because it isn't refined live resin, it's distilled live resin, which, I mean, distilled is a way of refining the product, but it's kind of tricky wording when it comes to it. It's like there's this thing when it comes to business, like where you have to have good intentions in all your clauses and everything, and tricky wording or confusing wording isn't really legal when it comes to product marketing and advertisement. But yeah, that's the only problem that I see with Raw Garden defending their product. On the other hand, I could just be wrong, and Raw Garden could prove in the long run that they start with refined live resin, and they end up they start with live resin and they end up just refining it in a way that's even different from distillate. I don't know all the details. Only people who really work at Raw Garden personally can know all the juicy details.
Hey Google, what is the highest mountain?
Mount Everest.
I'm just picking a song real quick. But yeah, if you guys ever wonder what song's playing in the background, you guys can drop a timestamp down below and I'll let you know the name of the song. I'll let you guys know that in these videos because it's what's important to me whenever I'm watching a YouTube video. But yeah, besides that, I liked Raw Garden. I had no problem with their product. Right now, I have a free cannabis company cartridge with me, and this is advertised as distillate with live resin terpenes, which is what I think Raw Garden is, but they're not advertising as distillate with live resin terpenes added. They're advertising themselves as refined live resin, which could just be a different way of looking at it, but when it gets to the wording sounding that tricky, then I think the people suing them may have actually built themselves a good case. It all depends. I'm no lawyer. I don't have a legal degree. I'm just saying my speculations of the whole event so far. But speaking of Distillate with live resin terps. I'm gonna take a blinker of this card for you guys before I keep talking on and rambling. Cheers.
Hey, Chris thirsty by me. Why some stuff you get banged up? Funny now they fuck with me. Back then they wouldn't hang me. Niggas call my phone if you ain't slid with me. I hang up. Only gang members at my soul, so you can't come. Hood famous, really Hollywood. Niggas changed up. Still on Mill on the 43rd. I'm the same place. Boy, you at the brand new.
There's absolutely no problem with getting distillate and adding live resin terpenes in it to make it taste more like live resin, but the problem comes in your marketing and how you explain that to the people who are purchasing your product. If they believe that they're getting live resin, which unfortunately I know a lot of people who smoke raw garden or buy raw garden believe that they're getting live resin carts. And if that's not fully the case, then unfortunately they might have to lose this case, raw garden. They might take an L. And this might just lead to them having to change their packaging, change that one little clause on their boxes. And if that's it, I wouldn't view that as too much of a loss. But if they lose the class action lawsuit, I know that means probably some monetary loss. I'm not sure what that would look like because, you know, I'm not a professional, but I hope Raw Garden doesn't go out of business. They are a really good company. And regardless of that one little issue that people can pick on, Raw Garden as a whole has been doing a lot for the weed community, setting the standard for what a live resin sauce should look like. Their sauces are nice, and their distillate carts are nice, and distillate versus live resin carts, whatever they really are, who really knows? But I guess we'll find out after this whole lawsuit is settled what Raw Garden really is. If legally they can be defined as refined live resin, or if they're gonna have to end up switching what they call themselves. Either way, I'm gonna end up supporting them. They were never my favorite, but they were never the bottom of the barrel for me either. If you guys are wondering, I got my Aegis X with my TFV16 tank sitting on top. Some Wild Watermelon by Choice e-liquids in the tank. If you guys like watermelon e-liquids, I reviewed that liquid a couple days ago, so be on the lookout for that video. Set at 120 watts. We're just chilling. I'm really surprised that I got that news about Raw Garden when I seen Sebby G post the video, and I think a couple other people mentioned it as well. It's surprising news, but I hope all ends up being well for Raw Garden, and they keep continuing to flood the market like they do. Even if they are distillate with live resin terps, the fact that they're able to do so much with what's already out and make themselves so unique and stand out is amazing in itself. So regardless of what the outcome of the lawsuit is, I think those who support Raw Garden will still have Raw Garden in their hearts. Alright, you guys, that was my thoughts on this whole Raw Garden debacle and their lawsuit that's coming up. My name's Heaven Sin. This is my smoking channel. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure and slap the like button down below. If you guys are enjoying the overall content, make sure and subscribe so I know to keep doing my thing. And if you guys have any comments or criticisms, type them down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to get to you guys as soon as I can. But until another day, you guys, stay high. Vapes in the air. Vape them if you got them. And peace out.